Well, when you stop and begin to consider what's most important in this life, for many of us, faith and family appear right at the top of the list. In the case of Austin Herrero, the two would be very much intertwined, as his relationship with his father, both earthly and heavenly, have helped him become the man he is today.
Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back.
The road we travel in life is long. It has hills and valleys. And the choices we make, the turns on our course, will determine the core of who we are for the rest of our lives. For Austin Herrero, snowboarding is a significant part of his road. But if you look further back, you'll find something much deeper.
As a family, we all did stuff outside. Living in South Florida, we're always, connected to the ocean. Me and my dad surfed a lot. That was our thing. And then on our Colorado trips that we would take, we would snowboard together. And so he was always trying to get that adrenaline rush somehow. But it was just so cool to have a dad that was good at that and was super active and a surfing dad. That's cool. So I remember my dad was my hero at that time. My dad was a firefighter. He was a captain in Miami-Dade, and he loved his job. He loved his guys, and he also loved his job in a sense of just saving lives, being there for people.
But eventually, Austin would have to be the one who was there for his dad. During Austin's sophomore year at Liberty University, he received a phone call that would change his course forever. Raphael, his father, had been diagnosed with cancer for the second time in just a few years. And this time, the road ahead looked grim.
My sophomore year, I'd gotten a call from my mom that it was back. That was super tough to hear. A month or two down the road, got another call that there was nothing else I can do, and that was the most difficult phone call to ever hear. I just remember that's another moment that was just absolutely surreal. Oh my gosh, I was totally reliant on faith then. That's all I had. So it was rock bottom right there. I remember my dad was in his room and stuff, and I remember I was there with my mom, my sister, and my two grandparents, and just hanging with them. He was losing his ability to talk and stuff, and I don't know, I still wanted to spread that leadership and that love to him that he had shown to me, so just sticking with him through that, and I can't put words to it. I don't really know how to describe it, but I do remember just laying with him and him barely being able to say I love you. Seeing your dad pass away right in front of your eyes, there's no words for that. It's one moment he's there and then you just see the last breath and it's gone, and then his strength where he just was still just having such faith really inspired me. And then there's a choice where I could either, just wallow in grief and sadness and wonder why me, or, pick it up and turn it around and be yeah, I was handed this. God has a plan and I'm gonna glorify him through this and make it the best possible.
You could say that the passing of his father left Austin standing at a crossroads, a choice of who he would be in the wake of such a loss. It was a letter left by Raphael that would inspire Austin to carry on his father's legacy as a man and a follower of Christ.
After my dad had passed away, I found out that he had written some letters to my mom, my sister, and I. In my letter, he was talking about, just staying strong and growing and being a good husband and being a good father and all that. And it was his going out message, and his, how much he loves me and how much he's appreciated the times we've had snowboarding. And it meant a lot to me, just seeing that I had an impact on him as well. I wanted to take up his legacy and not let that just knock me down. I knew that God had a plan, and just seeing that spread to other people and become infectious and spread to other people was crazy. I need to make the most of life instead of just blowing this off. I see like I've seen life be taken like that, and everything in school, snowboarding, just relationships. I really hope that I can be the leader like he was. He really took it all on his back and was so loving as well. Best dad you could ever ask for.
I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Our thanks to Jordan Bolton and Matt Atkins for producing that powerful piece. We hear so much talk about leaving a legacy.
Right.
What better legacy can you leave than Austin's dad, who left now a son who aspires to be a better man, a better follower of Christ, a great father, a great husband. That's truly a legacy, and his dad certainly did that.
Yeah, and I give him credit too. It takes a tremendous amount of courage for a young man after passing of a parent to kind of look to the bright light and just decide right then and there how your life's gonna, how it's gonna take you. So that's just impressive.
Yeah, thanks to them once again for that piece.